profound and infinitely subtle is rarely encountered even in of ages. Now we see it, hear it, receive and maintain it. May we completely realize the Tathagata's true meaning. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for choosing to be here. Feel welcome to adjust yourselves to come closer, or if you're smart, further away. But make sure we can see each other, and welcome. Thank you for being here. Tonight we move many of us are moving into a retreat, a format called Sesshin. And this has been the foundational pillar of my own experience training in Zen. And one of the features of Sesshin is, well, in fact, it's the main case, really. It's encountering the self. Encountering yourself, realizing yourself, forgetting about yourself, giving yourself away, and finally dropping off anything to do with this self, not self business. But along the way, we need entry. We need forms. We need ways to engage, ways to get traction with this intractable self of ours. I bring our attention to the Satipatthana Sutta. Listen carefully. The Buddha said, when walking, you should know, I am walking. When standing, you should know, I am standing. When sitting, you should know, I am sitting. And when lying down, you should know, I am lying down. What the hell? What? That's the big cheese? That's the instruction from the world-honored one, stuffed with sacredness that will help me? Yes. Yes, dear one, it is. Yes, actually. When you walk, do you know that you're walking? Do you? Do I? Do we? Have you noticed what a distracted age it is that we all live in? Or have you been too distracted to notice? Death by 10,000 amusements. Literally, your life is draining. Distraction by distraction. Insta-thing by face, what have you. Post after post. That's your life. When walking, they should know, you should know, I am walking. The Buddha here, with great generosity and great patience, I'm sure, points to awareness. Awareness of each movement. And notice, it's not batting around correct and incorrect philosophical constructs. When you think the way I want you to, think I'm doing good. When you think the way I don't want you to, think I am being a heretic. No, nothing at all like this. What the Buddha brings to your attention is your body. and literally getting yourself to come to your senses. Bring your body and your mind together. You must know for yourself what it means to actually be in the body. Let your mind fill the body. Eventually, of course, we see that this is fallacy. There's no distinction between the two, but you can live and die without knowing that yourself. Please taste it for yourself. In this way, walking, standing, sitting, and lying down, all of life becomes a field of contemplation. All of life becomes a field of contemplation, a field of awakening. Actually, you can walk and stand and sit and lie down, and when you're walking, wish you could just stand there. When you're standing, you wish you could sit down. When you're finally sitting, you wish you could just lay down and take a nap. When you're napping, you're restless. You feel like you want to take a walk. Easy to do. Always somewhere else is better, right? Always someone else would be better to be than ourselves. Not true, dear one. The Buddha says, slow down. In a further sutta, the Buddha says, in going forward and returning, in looking ahead and looking away, in bending or in stretching, act with clear comprehension. Clear comprehension. What is this clear comprehension that the Buddha teaches? Is it obsessive compulsive rumination with a cool Buddhist gloss? No, it is not. This clear comprehension requires nothing less than dropping off body and mind fully, as Dogen points out. Because you see, if we move without clear comprehension, this carelessness, this heedlessness, this distractedness causes harm. It causes harm that we can see, but it causes a lot of harm that we can't see. And this suffering is not just restricted to ourselves, but it also infects others, whether we see it or not. So actually, virtue comes in here, ethics, if you will, the bodhisattva maneuver, right? And the Buddha instructs restraint, mindfulness, gentleness, presence, intentionality, awareness. And above all, dear one, taking yourself joyfully seriously. And I really mean that. Take yourself joyfully seriously. There's some kind of interesting stories in the canon. Once the monks were traveling, the rainy season was upon them, and they needed to get from A to B, and they were in a rush, and so they drank some water from a pond, and they didn't strain the water before they did so. And a bunch of lay people saw this, and they were very offended by it, because at the time Jainism was ascendant, and this practice of non-harm was making a big influence. And how are these ascetics of this Shakyamuni fellow, how so careless as to just drink water without making sure they haven't strained it first so they don't inadvertently kill anything? The monks reported this to the Buddha, and the Buddha made a rule. Henceforth, the monks will carry a water strainer. They'll filter the water before drinking it. I think the Vinaya Code, which is the monastic precepts, is a list of problems that were encountered. It's quite telling, actually. If you study them in depth, you can read between the lines and go, oh man, that was a rough day for somebody. But this business about now we'll carry water strainers. Kind of interesting, actually, if you think about it. It's like the Buddha didn't say, look, I'm the Buddha, my guys do what I tell them, and, who cares what you think? He actually cared that people would perceive this badly. I mean, we can all probably think of a few other reasons why it's wise to filter water that maybe the Buddha and his wisdom didn't quite get yet. Germ theory hadn't happened yet. Nonetheless, develop careful attention to one's movements and their effects. There's another great one where the monks were walking across cultivated fields. They were in a hurry to get from this place to that. And then the farmers were very upset. They said, these ascetics walk without care. They trample seeds and they cause loss. The Buddha heard of this. And in the Vinaya Code is the precept, do not trample the crops. Actually, there's another story. Many here may know I practice Aikido and have for many, many years. There's a story of O-sensei, the founder of the art, and he had a similar situation where his deshi, they were traveling and they were doing pilgrimage to mountain, doing shugyo, which is a kind of intense practice training. And they were kind of moving through the fields, and the farmers were getting upset. And the O-sensei students were kind of like, pretty husky, tough guys, and they were kind of slinging some Budo attitude at the farmers, and O-sensei just had them for lunch. You will bow down before these farmers. They feed you. Do not trample the crops. I don't think that's a serious danger for anyone in the room right now, but maybe it is. Are you trampling crops? Did you trample any crops today? Did you not filter the water somehow? Could it possibly be that there's some way in which our innocent scrolling of wholesome content is trampling the crops? Is there some way in which the conversations that happened today or yesterday or maybe tomorrow are a bit crop trampling? Unaware activity, the Buddha teaches very clearly, can and often will cause unintended harm. But please note, the Buddha doesn't here then make a big parade of self-mortifications and self-admonishments and all kinds of problematic things, but rather simply guidance and teaching. The Buddha brings mindfulness and again, restraint. Establishing mindfulness and restraint as a practice. Restraint, you can think of it as a very strong and powerful person that is very gentle and very careful in the way they move. Okay. So noticing the effects of what we do. And then as appropriate, slowing down, being mindful, being careful, bringing loving kindness, see? And being willing and actually pretty psyched to correct the course. If you're so lucky as to have someone point out where you're trampling the crops and you can't see it, please bow down and be grateful for this. This is the Buddha rising before you, helping you. This is not a cause for defending some silly idea of self. Why hasten the rot in such a way? No, bring light and disinfectant and clear the wound. So Sesshin and retreat and practice is about intimacy. Kinhin, this walking meditation we were all engaging in. This is intimacy with what is already so. We're not trying to get anywhere. We're practicing. Aren't we? Aren't you? Or were you just walking heedlessly among the zafu crops? Walk as Buddha, manifesting awakened activity. Each step, wholly and completely itself, is fully the total path of practice. Each step is exactly it. Clear comprehension. Body and mind dropped off. Each step itself is vow. Each step is the bodhisattva vow, to save all beings throughout space and time. As long as space and time exist and beings suffer, will I show up to help. This is the bodhisattva's heart. How do you do that? One step. Place your foot carefully. Please don't just throw it out there. Allow your weight to settle carefully. Don't just tumble yourself. Move when you're fully aware. You know that first thing, the bell rings, right? And maybe the first thing is, oh, thank God. I can move. But actually, there's many lifetimes between the ending of that period of zazen and coming to standing. How have you spent them? Trampling crops? Or manifesting noble wisdom? If you really tune in to the distance between being seated on the zafu and standing, there's much there. Much. But then the clappers hit and we turn and we bow and we breathe in and we breathe out and we take one small half step. Really do that. Don't just get through that so you can take the next step. This step is the entire path. Every single step is the entire path. This is why it's so ridiculous to be obsessed about where are you on the path. You're either on the path or you're not. And even if you're not, you're still on it. So don't worry about it. Just pay attention to your foot. Mind the footing, please. Mind the step. And then again. And then again, and then again, and then again. Each one a cosmos, each one a lifetime, each one a kalpa. Each step consummating with infinity. Nothing less. The vow itself to save all beings is the weight of your body on your foot. It is the eyes lowered, maintaining custody. This business of not chasing, this business of not clinging. And yet, still, you must move. Does the foot land on the earth, or does the earth rise up to meet the foot? Practice and realization, are they the same or different? In Sesshin, there are many, many practices. Oryoki, the formal meal we take. Zazen, of course, central. Liturgy. Dharma talks, meeting with the teachers, resting, washing the dishes, on and on. But each one is the entirety, and so too is Kinhin. I think it's very important that we understand our own bodies well enough to take a single step and really manifest it. And then together as a community, we have some chance. We have some believable possibility of actually taking some very small step together as a Sangha. And not to just be trampling the field, but to actually meaningfully contribute. This Kinhin, this walking Zen, this walking reality we practice, it's not just about walking. It's medicine for a completely distracted and violent age. In a cosmos that's constantly flow and change and impermanence and no self. Slow down, dear one. Slow down. Return to your body, please. The Buddha begs you, please return to your body. Let your awareness permeate the soles of your feet and feel the great earth rise up to meet you. You. This great earth rising up to meet you. Precious life that you are. The whole planet is rising up to meet just you. You alone, the world-honored one. Precious and beautiful. Walk like it. Walk the walk. Doing this, realizing this, we come to see that each step, whether a small half step or a bold leap, is already home. Each step is already home. Each step, dear one, has always been home. For the sake of all beings throughout space and time, may we realize home and give it away to all those who are homeless. May it be so.